My name is Julie Plott, and in January of '08 I found 2 small-like nodules in my right breast and didn't want to have a mammogram. Was uncomfortable with that, and so found a doctor that said I could get an ultrasound. So I went and had an ultrasound at a local imaging center, and they were rude, to say the least. They wanted me, since I was over 40, to have a mammogram. So I declined, and the results were that I just needed to have something further testing, which I didn't like. So at the time I was seeing a wellness physician, and over the course of 6 months or so, he suggested that I do have a mammogram. He said, you probably do have fibroids, but just to ease your mind, you should have a mammogram. So I consented and went and had one. And after it, the results were that I needed to have further diagnostic testing. And then 4 months after the mammogram, I felt a lump in my right breast that I had not felt before. It was rather small, but it was concerning because it was in a different location than the nodules. So I did not want to have another mammogram, and I kept thinking, I had researched thermography but didn't know anyone locally that did it, and I kept looking online and asking around, and didn't find anything for a while. And then this past January of 2010, I discovered June Drennan was a thermographer that came up to internal balance and was just tickled pink because it was a blessing. It was, a prayer answered. And I didn't know anything about internal balance either, so that was a double blessing. So I came and I had the thermography done, and it was noted that there was, something there. But Tamara reassured me that she could help me. She could detox my breast, which she did, and I started 4 months ago. And in the course of 4 months, I've had 3 thermographies, and the last one was markedly improved over the first one, and was so excited. And the doctor that read it said that it was good enough for a baseline, and I didn't need another one for 6 months. Mm-hmm. And he was very reassuring in his report that what I was doing was working. And so I'm just so thankful that everything was reversing. The lump that I had felt has disappeared, and it's amazing to see the difference. Through the detoxification process here at Internal Balance, Tamara had me to detoxify my right breast, a breast detox, and added vibronutrients. For me particularly, it wasn't a custom, it wasn't, a generic for everybody. It was exactly what I needed at the time. And so I went through that process, and just different ways to detox here, depending on what my body, how my body was changing, is what she did. And I felt everything has reversed. Whatever direction that my right breast was heading in, it was not heading in a good direction, I could tell. It has reversed and is being restored, which is amazing. And I would like to encourage anyone who has a problem in with their breast. There are other alternatives. There are other options than just going to a medical center and having lumpectomies or chemotherapy or radiation or whatever is headed you could be doing. There is another way. So I just want to encourage everybody to check out your other options.